The Visitor Part 3. There, in the corner, stood a figure. Tall, gaunt, its face obscured by the shadows. Its eyes, black and empty, stared straight at her. And then, it smiled. The last thing Sarah heard before everything went dark was the soft thudding. Starting again. Thud. 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 When Sarah woke, she was lying on the cold attic floor. Her head throbbing and her limbs heavy. As if something had drained her strength. The flashlight had rolled away, its beam dim but still flickering in the far corner. She blinked, disoriented, trying to remember what had happened. The attic was silent now. Too silent. Her heart hammered in her chest as she sat up, scanning the space. There was no figure in the corner, no eyes watching her from the shadows. But the feeling lingered, thick and oppressive. As if the air itself was watching her. She forced herself to stand, her legs trembling beneath her weight. Her hand found the attic ladder. And she climbed down as quickly as she could. The creaking wood beneath her feet amplifying every tiny movement. She hit the ground floor. Ran to the front door, and flung it open. Gulping in the cold night air like it was the only thing keeping her grounded. The woods stood still in front of her, the sky above heavy with clouds. The wind had stopped completely, as if the entire world was holding its breath. Without thinking, Sarah grabbed her phone and dialed the real estate agent again. It was past midnight, but she didn't care. The phone rang once. Twice, and finally, on the third ring. A groggy voice answered. "Sarah?" The agent mumbled, clearly annoyed. "It's late, what's going on?" "There's something wrong with the house," Sarah said, her voice shaky. "There's something here. I saw someone. In the attic." The agent sighed heavily, a pause hanging between them. "Sarah, we've talked about this. The house is old, it's bound to make noises. If you're really that unsettled, maybe you need to." "No." Sarah snapped, frustration boiling over. "This isn't about the house creaking. There's something in the house. Something. Watching me." Another long pause. Then, finally, the agent spoke, her tone colder now, more distant. "Did you go into the attic?" Sarah hesitated, the question striking her as odd. "Yes, why?" "Listen to me carefully," the agent said, her voice dropping to a whisper. "You weren't supposed to go up there." "What?" Sarah's skin prickled. "What are you talking about?" "I didn't want to scare you," the agent said. "But that house has a history. The last family that lived there. They didn't leave. They disappeared. Every one of them. And the locals, they say the house is cursed. That it takes something from the people who live there. I thought it was just stories, just nonsense, but... You saw it, didn't you?" Sarah swallowed hard, her throat dry. "Saw what?"